In today's video, I'm going to show you how to use HandBrake step by step so you can compress your videos, keep great quality, and export them in a format that works well for phones, web players, and everyday sharing. If you've ever had a large video file that was slow to upload or too big to send, HandBrake is one of the best free tools you can use. And if this tutorial helps, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more easy software guides. Alright, let's jump in. First, open HandBrake and drag and drop your video file into the program. This is the starting point of the whole process. HandBrake will use the FFmpeg engine to read your source file, which means it scans the video and prepares it to be rebuilt from scratch. In simple terms, it takes your video apart into raw data frames so it can re-encode everything in a more efficient way. Once your video is loaded, the next thing you want to do is choose a preset. Go to the General section and select Fast 1080p30. This is one of the easiest presets for most people to start with because it gives you a pre-configured profile that already balances quality, file size, and compatibility. It is designed to work well on phones, browsers, and most standard players, so you do not have to guess at every setting. After that, click over to the Dimensions tab. Here, you want to set cropping to automatic. HandBrake will look for what are basically dead pixels or black bars around the video. When you remove that empty space, the encoder does not waste data compressing areas that do not add anything to the image. That can make a surprisingly big difference in file size, especially if your video has letterboxing or other black borders. Now move to the Video tab because this is where the real compression happens. Set the codec to H.264. This engages the X264 compression engine, which is widely supported and gives you a strong balance between quality and file size. Then set the RF slider to 22. That is a very common starting point for good quality compression. A lower number usually means better quality and a larger file, while a higher number means smaller size and slightly more compression. For most videos, 22 is a solid middle ground. What HandBrake is doing here is called temporal compression. It looks at the video over time and recycles static pixels, like backgrounds or sections that are not changing much. Instead of re-recording every single frame in full detail, it focuses more on movement and change. That is how it saves space while keeping the video looking sharp enough for everyday use. Next, go to the Summary or Format section and choose your output container. You can select MP4 or MKV depending on your needs. MP4 is usually the best choice if you want broad compatibility, especially for uploading, streaming, or sharing across devices. MKV is also a great option if you want more flexibility. Once your format is selected, take a quick look over your settings one last time. When everything looks right, click Start Encode. At this stage, a HandBrake begins muxing the processed audio and video into a final container. That means it is wrapping the compressed streams together into one clean output file. Your CPU will do a lot of work here behind the scenes, running millions of calculations to create a lightweight finished video that is ready to use. When the encode is finished, you can open the output file and check the quality. If the file looks great and the size is smaller, then you've successfully used HandBrake the right way. If the result is still too large, you can always come back and adjust the RF value a little higher for more compression. If you want a little more quality, you can lower it slightly and test again. That's really the core workflow. Load your file, choose a preset, enable automatic cropping, set H.264 with the right RF value, and then start the encode. Once you understand those steps, HandBrake becomes a very powerful tool for saving storage space and preparing videos for upload or sharing. If this video helped you, please hit the like button and subscribe so you do not miss the next tutorial. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.